Hi, we're sitting in my office in City Hall, and I've got John Mar with me, Alderman John Mar, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Crowchild Trail Study and where it's at today.
So we know that Calgarians expressed a lot of concern both for and against the plan for Crowchild Trail. The big issues as we saw it was that transportation enrolled a plan for $1 billion expenditure that we did not have the funding for, but showed very, very clearly a lot of red X's which were going to put in jeopardy people's private property.
One of the considerations that we don't think was there incorporated into the plan was the impacts on the neighboring communities, and that's what concerned us the most.
So Alderman Farrell and I went to City Council with a new plan, or a notice of motion, if you will, like a private member's bill. And that was signed by 9 members of council and then eventually voted on unanimously by your council. And your council recognized that there were a lot of issues with engagement and a lot of issues with how we would unfold a new transportation plan for a major piece of infrastructure like this, when it was in effect putting a lot of external pressure on communities, seeing different amenities that were going to be removed, including a school and a park, and about 5.5 blocks of West Hillhurst. So the first point was to stop all work on Crowchild Trail's plan.
And another point that we thought was very important was, while there may be impacts on communities, we also have an opportunity to preserve and enhance those communities through any kind of road improvement project.
And this is something that we've done through the City of Calgary every time we've done a major infrastructure project. West LRT saw a lot of improvements along the line to ensure that when you unveil your new project, it's got something for everybody.
How could you make your community better through this development? It's a really important concept. I think we need to incorporate into all of our transportation projects. We also talked about, when looking at a corridor of this nature, should we be looking at them differently? So the notice of motion also included looking at all corridors and how we plan them to ensure that we're being contemporary in our way of thinking. Are we incorporating walking and cycling and transit, as well as improvements for mobility? But that's one key point too, is we also recognize we need to improve mobility and remove some of the pinch points along Crowchild Trail.
So the next point that we're going to do is we were going to go back and talk to the communities, talk to all of you as stakeholders, and recognize that there's both sides of the issue that need to be addressed. We need to address the overall goals of the municipality and getting people to and from their jobs and to their homes. But we also have to recognize that when we're doing a major infrastructure project, we have to be respectful of the people that live there.
So where are we today? We currently have put a stop to the Crowchild Trail study.
The second thing we've done is we're promised that we're going to go and speak to all of the communities, and we're also going to come up with a new policy for corridors, not just Crowchild Trail, but other major corridors like McLeod Trail, and have a new policy that we will be able to look back on that reflects the municipal development plan.
So we're going to be working through 2013 on this new type of corridor study, and then start the work on Crowchild Trail Corridor in 2014.
And we are also going to be having a quick reporting back to Transportation and Transit Committee in March of 2013. So
if you have any questions about Crowchild Trail and what the current status is, please either contact our offices, check on our website. We've got lots of information posted, but it's a long-term process that obviously needs a lot of work, and we need the communities to be engaged in order for it to be effective.